You want to be where you can pee in other people's mouths. You want to go where somebody will shit on your chest.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Good to see you, man.
Good to be back. Hey, great
Mark, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Best hairline in the business.
It is good. We're gonna put you over here.
All right.
Over here. Or
It doesn't matter to me.
that was fucked up, man.
What?
Well, I mean, I have a hat on, but you're
sorry,
inferring that I have a bad hairline, or that he has a better hairline. You know.
Yeah. No, you got a nice one too. Very jealous. Pedialyte.
No, Revitalite.
Ooh.
You don't have to go to the baby aisle. You can just get it in the drunk aisle.
Smart. No cans?
Nah, you don't need
Good,
it.
I hate cans.
I mean, there's no reason unless you're playing like audio.
Right, you take
People like to hear themselves.
Someone,
Like,
I was saying this recently on a show, and someone said that the reason you do it is you talk over each other less because you can hear it. Which I was like, I didn't notice that, but that.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
That's
get
the
it
reason.
either.
That
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I could use that, I guess, if that's the case. But I get my ear. I get hot. It's like big leather, fucking. You know.
Yeah.
I've seen some people who put like the adapter in, so you can just have your earbuds. That's all right. But
that's
I'm
not
not doing
bad.
the big thing.
Maybe in like a Black Hawk Down situation, you're like,
Yeah, right,
the terrorists. and then
What if we had to
Kobe
put on
Bryant.
helmets like that?
We're so removed from those that I didn't know what you were talking about.
What?
When you're like, no cans, and I just kind of stared.
Oh.
I was like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't even know that.
I don't
Of
think so.
beer?
Yeah.
By the way, would you like some whiskey?
We were just talking
I'm
about.
okay. I got 19 pods after this. You know how it goes. This is a full day
you're on
now.
the grind.
Yeah,
you're on
I'm
the
doing
grind.
my own pod. I have another pod. I'm doing Corolla later. This is our day job.
Dude, it is, and it's. I know, some people. He was just showing me a skit that they were recording where it's like making fun of like, oh, it's really hard to talk to your talk to your friends for a couple hours.
Totally.
But it's like, but also when they say that, I'm like, yeah. Have you ever talked to your friends as like an adult? When you're kids and you're all just fucked up and you're just like, oh, I want to fuck that chick, or like, hey, I bet I can't drink all, whatever. But now when you're talking to people, it's like, I gotta talk to you about your kids. I gotta talk to you about your job. I gotta talk to you about, your wife. It's like, it is hard to talk to my friends for 2 hours. So fuck you.
Now you know why Jimmy Fallon drinks like an animal, because he's gonna laugh at Snooki. Get out, you don't say Miley Cyrus. You crack me up.
man.
Slapping the desk.
God,
Come on.
What a life that's gotta be
Ugh.
for a dude who is obviously funny.
Funny guy, cool guy.
Right, like and yeah, like Cool Cat was growing up, had to be like the funniest dude in the room, in the class, in the group, and then makes it big and all that, and then just has to like neuter himself and just chop that dick off and not make any funny jokes anymore.
Yeah, I just did a thing with them. I did an announcing thing, and you realize how antiquated TV is. You get to 30 Rock, they got to sign you in. They got to take a COVID test. You got to wear a mask. Then you got to. I got there at 2. I didn't go on till 5. I did 11 minutes on set, and then they sent me home. And you're like, what? We could have knocked this out with an iPhone.
For real,
in a hotel room.
And your jokes had to be like knock knock.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, I did a bunch of jokes, and they kept one in.
Oh man,
Brutal
But
times.
you said how hard that has to be. I'd like to make it very clear. I am ready to do that.
do what Fallon does for like 25 million.
Yeah. I don't care about the job for the.
No, but I think
also because remember what we said when I said when Matt Lauer got busted.
Oh yeah.
I said I wouldn't take that job. Because he came out with the money he made, which was like $42 million a year. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think I'd take that job because you have to be up at 3 a.m. every morning. I would. Fallon at least gets to stay up. Actually, no, they recorded at regular times, right?
Yeah, they do like 4 p.m.
Up late.
Yeah.
I'm
by no means am I saying I would not trade lives with Jimmy Fallon.
I don't know.
But there has to be a moment where you're like fucking annoyed that you have to like dumb down and water down everything that you think is funny.
But you guys are younger, and I think in a couple of years that format might be kaput.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I was
going the way of the
wondering
dodo.
that. Like, I don't know. You think it's dead, done?
I love Quentin Tarantino. He was just on Kimmel. I watched it on YouTube. I watched the 11 minutes he was on Kimmel, and I was like, this sucks. Get to something real. What are we talking about? He's like, last time I saw you was at that party, and we both farted on Jennifer Aniston, and woohoo! And I'm like,
well, now listen. I don't know. I'm a little interested in that story.
I made that part up, actually.
See, that would have been funny. That would have been a good conversation.
Dude,
there was some old woman
Tarantino said the other day. I guess Tarantino bought I guess I forget wherever he grew up, Van Nuys maybe or some shit like that. But he worked at a movie rental place, and he bought the whole place.
Right.
And then moved it into his house because it was going out of business.
Wow.
And now does a podcast about movies in the movie store.
Very cool.
And
that's what I would do if I was rich. Dumb shit like that.
Exactly.
On his podcast, he said if podcast existed when I was coming up, I would have never made a movie.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's like, I would have just done a podcast.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Like, so think how many Tarantinos we're losing because they're too busy
talking.
Yeah.
Wow, Tom Segura might be an amazing movie director, and we missed it because he's got 19.
He's talking to Bert about Kool-Aid.
Yeah, right, exactly. He might have been the best porn director of all time, and we have no idea.
That is, we even lost that. They even tried it, and we didn't get to it.
What?
When Bert and Tom directed each other's porns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They directed each other's fantasy porns.
They got too busy doing a podcast.
Now, get Fallon to do that. There's no chance, you know. I mean, we got blackface, thank God, but that was years ago. Those were the days. Somebody just sent me a clip from The Simpsons from 2002. They say tran in the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah, they go in about gender stuff and
on The Simpsons?
Principal Skinner's wearing a dress and he walks out and he's in a dress. They're like, "How dare you?" He's like, "I thought we were all the same. How dare you say men and women?" It's like fascinating, and it's 2006.
Really?
That's
nuts. What I did that recently with I was not rewatching. I was watching Cheers. I'd never seen it. It's too many episodes to watch the whole thing, but it's very good. Well, I probably did like 5 seasons. They did like 13 seasons, 30 episodes a season.
They used to bang them out.
But there was, I think, in the first season maybe there's there's a gay guy in the bar, and they're like, some people are like, get him out of here.
Whoa!
And I was like, what's Sam Malone gonna do? And Sam Malone's like, everyone's fine in my bar. And I was like, ooh, that's like the 70s.
Yeah.
Cheers, Sam. Yeah.
All right.
Progressive motherfucker.
Look at that. That'd be a great show. Cheers, but a gay bar. Queers.
Comedy.
All right. Where everybody knows you're gay. And they're always glad you came on my face. Oh, all right.
This is like a planned bit. How did this work?
You want to be where you can pee in other people's mouths. You want to go where somebody will shit on your chest. All right. Clip it.
I was listening to the Bertcast of just all you guys after the Fully Loaded got canceled because of rain. So it's Norman, Gillis,
Big
Glazer,
J.
Big J.
Trailer Trash Tammy's in it for a
Trailer
second.
Trash Tammy Lynn, Bert,
star.
and a porn star, Carter Cruz. All talking about getting punched in the face while they're fucking and pegging and it was Gillis was like 1 second away from telling Carter Cruz to shut the fuck up. It was unbelievable.
It was brutal, but it was fun because you're in a bus. Me and Shane do a thing where we start drinking, and then in accordance to the show, by the time you go on, you're a little tipsy, and then you keep going, and then by the end of the night, you're wrecked.
Yeah.
So the show just kept getting pushed back because of rain. This is like an amphitheater in the middle of Mississippi, so we're putting them back. The show keeps getting pushed back, so now we're hammered, and then Bert's like, we're doing a pod! And we're like, oh, fuck! And so you can see Shane is off the rails. Nikki's talking. He's like, stop talking. I can't take it anymore.
When did you do that?
That was like a Sunday night a couple weeks ago. That was probably like 2 weeks.
Do you know if it was before or after did he talk about the case race here at Barstool?
Case race. Oh, it was before that. That was bad.
Because I was going to say, I would be surprised if Gillis gets drunk on camera again anytime soon. He was beating himself up over that one.
I texted him. He's like, I deleted my Twitter. I got to take a break. You know,
he said he took a 3-day cleanse.
Yeah, he needed it. We all need it. You know, we're all going hard. We do that Rogan show where we get hammered, and then we did the Burt Fully Loaded tour, which is just booze and hoagies and anal and all this shit. and then that pod, and then he does this. It's too much.
Well, you know what it is too, though. You guys got to the drinking comics got to stick together. So many of them now go sober. Good for them, whatever. Right. But there's a few of you left. It's like, let's get fucking blacked out.
I know. Me and my friend Sam have a podcast about it. We might be drunk just because there's like 8 of us.
Yeah.
We had Soder, he's gone. We had Joe List, he's gone. David Tella's gone.
Just chopping them down.
Nikki's gone. She was a mess. Those were a good time. But I get it. You could drink and drive, or fuck a kid, whatever it is.
Nikki did both of those.
We've told the story before, but when we were in Nashville for National Comedy Fest, we were out. And Soda saw I was drinking no duels. It was just like, it was early in the week, and I was like not ready to go. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we're gonna be here 7 days, I'm not fucking going every single night. So I was just drinking O'Doul's out, and Soda was like, "Fight, so we doing NAs?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "So we got a bucket of non-alcohol."
A bucket.
A bucket of O'Doul's.
Just empty calories.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
That's all you're
They
getting.
both were like
I ended up
burping
drinking like
and
Yeah.
bloated. And,
I drank double digits.
oh, you shit your pants too. You almost shit yourself. Remember that? Remember I was driving you home and you were like, I got to get out right now. I got to get to the bathroom. I was like, yeah, because usually if you're shit-faced after 10, 12, whatever beers, like I don't know, the drunk part kind of takes over more so than the stomach part.
Yes.
This is just like,
Dude,
fucking,
like,
how many ounces is that? That's, like 200 ounces
That's a good
of
point.
non-alcoholic beer just sitting in you.
And they're each like,
Yeah.
people don't know about non-alcoholic beers, but how they get like the barley and the wheat taste is a fucking shitload of bread, whatever the
Of
fuck
course,
that is.
sugar,
so it's
bread,
like, it's like 30
rye.
grams of carbs per beer.
the most empty calories of all time.
You're basically fucking getting an STD and not coming.
Yeah.
You know? You
Yeah.
get all the bad parts.
But so I brought
Funneling.
the bucket to the table, and Soda grabbed one, and Gillis saw that, and like not even a moment of, you sure?
Yeah.
Just
'Cause he
immediately
didn't know it
goes,
was NA.
Hands up. He
Oh.
goes, he's back.
He's throwing it all down the drain.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
And then when he was like, no, they're not alcoholic, the look, he was like, like Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah. Because you do want, like, I don't like when people are like, you have to drink because I'm drinking.
Yes.
But, like, you do want that. You'd
Of
rather
course,
everybody
of
else
course.
be drunk with you.
Yeah.
You never want to be.
If I-
the only drunk one. You never want to be the only sober one.
I'm fine drinking
Yes.
alone though in a room.
But around other people.
I don't like being the only person drinking if like there's other people with me, but I'm fine sitting on my couch
Sure.
drinking whiskey. And
Yeah.
watching
I
TV.
just don't like being, and I don't even. I'll drink. I'll be the only person drinking. I don't like being the only like shit-faced person.
No, that's
Because then
a
it
bad
feels
look.
like they're just playing on a level above you.
Yeah, that's full Andy Dick at that point. Like nobody wants you there. You're a weirdo. You're touching stuff. Yeah, but Soder was the man because his head is it's like a
Huge.
It's like a water bubbler, And when he drinks, it's just he can hold so much. He was the funnest drunk. We miss him. R.I.P.
Yeah, well, that's what's so funny. You guys were like, it was the best. You were so much fun, and he was like, I had demonic evils taking over my heart and soul.
I get it. No,
Yeah.
kudos.
Yeah.
I think it was him. He's talked about it was at that night. He was talking about, he's like, if I come back, he's like I've talked about doing it for like a night or something like that.
No,
And
can't do
he
it.
was putting together like his team, like his comic drinking team, who would go out just for one night just to wreck the town.
He was talking to Nate about that.
Yeah.
Bargazzi, yeah.
Yeah, and
He was also an animal who's gone.
yeah,
Gone, yeah.
and but who would be on your squad?
Oh, jeez. Well, I'd still drink with all these idiots,
Yeah,
but if
yeah.
I could pick who I could get back, it'd be List, Nate, Soder. Who else?
That's
is sober?
that's the same list everyone.
Yeah.
Those
well-
guys were hounds, man.
Nate was a.
Well, we heard the
psycho.
story about him.
David Tell.
Joe List shitting in that girl's
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That's
that
one of
was
the
him.
all-time like that is a story that like if aliens come down, should be like top 5.
Yeah,
We'll tell them
yeah.
about like I don't know the dinosaurs used to rule this planet, and then the Magna Carta, and then there was a world war, and one time Joe List got so shit-faced and shit in this girl's shoe.
Dude, I don't
Right.
think that's the interesting part of that story. I mean, obviously it's interesting. I think the crazy. It's not the crazy
the
part.
text from her afterwards.
No, I think the crazy
Comedy
part
festival.
is
There's so many.
I know, it's so
Seattle.
hilarious.
I think
he only
it's
packed a
him,
bag.
He had shit on his pants on the plane.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
for a 6-hour flight in the middle seat, and then he went to
said-
the festival and won.
You want it?
He won the contest.
I don't think I knew he won.
Yeah.
I think Nate and Joe have told us that story. I don't think
I
either
know
of them
he
mentioned
won.
he won.
Yeah.
That's like the fucking. That's the kicker. That's
I
the
know.
final.
Well, they
and
say-
I fucking won.
They say comedy comes from sadness. What's sadder than having feces on your pants at the fucking contest?
Didn't he say he like crossed his legs? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Put that one down. Man, I didn't know he won it. That's
I definitely did. I would know. I would remember if he won it. They told us that story.
Yeah.
They left out the fact that he won.
won it.
Hell yeah.
There is. I'm not like sober, but I really don't drink anymore, and I certainly don't like party like I used to because. And what's sad about that is those stories, you don't, like he said he walked out and the table was broken.
Yeah.
It was like carnage,
Yeah.
and you just don't
That
get
feeling.
that anymore.
I know that feeling.
But
It's the worst.
I don't want to feel that way, but I want other people to do it so I can laugh at it.
Of course,
still.
of course.
And you just don't, there was just stories are just better when people are dumb and drunk.
In the words of Jim Jeffries, no great story started with, so I had a salad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah, you're not.
But we're getting older,
None of the fun
like
stuff.
these guys stop drinking. You take a hit. I used to have a joke like, I've lost a lot of friends to sobriety. You know, usually think you lose them to drinking, but I've lost them to sobriety. But we're all getting older, so we're all taking it more easy. So even if they don't drink, we can still.
Well, how's
get
your
along.
hangover situation?
It's horrible.
And you just power through it.
I have
because that's
to,
what did it for me. I was like, I started drinking when I was like 15 years old, and so by the time I was like 30, I'm drinking for like half my life.
Yeah,
and I had a lot of fun. And not to say that I had all the fun, because of course there's always new places and new but it was getting to the point where it was like this 2-day hangover is just not worth me being in a bar for probably like the 8,000th time in my life doing shots till 3 a.m. But I say that, but it's like, but you do it for that one time where someone shits in a shoe and breaks a table.
Of course.
But it does get to the point where it's like that hasn't happened in about 5 years.
Right.
And I'm puking and I'm everything hurts my head. Just not worth it.
Not to mention the anxiety, the depression, all that goes up.
And it also used to be like you get drunk and maybe you said something stupid to someone in the bar. Now people wreck their lives with these fucking things.
Roseanne.
So, like it used to just be like, oh man, that cute girl at the bar, I told her, she was ugly, and then we never see her again or whatever. It's
whatever. Good point.
But you were more the kids, right? Wasn't that more aligned?
Being hungover with a kid, there is no party worth that.
No,
I don't care what you did. You ran into like Jay-Z and Beyonce or what. I've often wondered, like we talked about if we were on, if Rogan ever said to you like we're doing mushrooms right now or whatever, it's like you have to say yes, right?
Sure.
And I wonder if there was somebody who said to me like we're going out drinking, and it's like I can't say no.
Yeah.
But if I had the kids the next day, I think I'd tell anybody, be like, I'll come around, or I would fake it. I would be like, let's go, and I'd be the guy throwing shots out and sipping and whatever.
That should be AA. You get all drunk, you get them into the meeting, and then that's what the 12 steps are. It's 6 kids coming in, and they're like 5, and they're shitting themselves, they're climbing on you, and they're screaming. Oh my god,
it's hell.
We
on
used
earth.
to do that. First of all, I was gonna say I had a party at my house recently, and one of my friends came. I was actually a boyfriend of one of my friends.
Wait, are you sober?
No.
Oh, okay, because of the NA. What was that?
I was just early in the. I knew we were gonna be there for like 7 nights.
Oh,
and that was
okay.
like the first night. I was like, I'm just not gonna go crazy yet.
Got it.
But he was like, he showed up and he was drinking non-alcoholic.
Not sober, by the way. No, that's like asking Bert, "Are you sober?" Like, no, sir.
Okay.
And
that shirt doesn't say sober. All right.
And he was just drinking non-alcoholics.
Is what it says.
And I was like, what are you doing while you're drinking non-alcoholics? And like he was like, the hangovers got bad. And that's the first time I've ever heard that excuse. I've heard I've done dumb shit. I heard that they don't have kids, and I've heard dangerous health issues, but I've never been like, the hangovers got too bad.
Yeah.
To go completely non-alcohalic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting there though, where it's just like, because also what happens is once you scale back your drinking, it 1 or 2 might hit you funny, or your stomach's fucked up. Like I was a well-oiled machine, 4 nights a week we're doing like 15 of these drinks, and we know what's coming. All of a sudden you take that away. And then, we're drinking whiskey at 9 a.m. the other day. I was like, oh my God, this ain't right. So it's almost like if you don't use it, you lose it sort of thing.
I'll tell you when it really gets sad is when you're just drinking to get to fun. You're like, hey, what are we doing? Let's watch a movie. And then you start drinking. You're like, this sucks, so we'll drink more.
Yeah.
You should be drinking as part of the celebration,
right?
Not that shouldn't be the celebration.
That shouldn't. You're going from like -2 to 0.
Yeah.
Before you can get up to 10.
Exactly.
It's like I just need this to even out.
Right.
What we're describing is alcoholism. I just need a couple beers to be able to function.
So how about that Ricky Martin? All right.
There's no way he's fucking his nephew. I don't think.
I think it came out the nephew was a little nutty.
Right.
So,
but he also hired. So I made a video about this for Instagram, and a lot of feedback. Okay. I said the fishy part is that Ricky Martin went and hired the attorney for these situations. Bill Cosby got him.
Oh.
Prince Andrew had him. He's also done other non-fucked up cases for Hollywood people, so he's just a very esteemed attorney. Mm-hmm. But he's also done Bill Cosby and Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
And those guys are walking the streets right now. So I feel like, when you are in trouble like this, that's the guy you go and get. But I said in my video, now hiring a lawyer is not an admission of guilt, and a lot of people were like, no, there's no but there. You can hire whoever you want. And I'm like, I know that's true, but that shit is suspect.
Right.
Like if I just started screaming from the mountaintops that you fucked your nephew, and somebody tweeted it and ran with it, Would you go get the best lawyer in the world, or would you just make a video the next day being like, I didn't fuck my nephew. This dude is a fucking wacko. Like, there's no merit to this. And if anybody does a single investigation, you will find out. And maybe that's where lawyers say, like, don't do that because of X, Y, Z. But I think it's super weird when you immediately start talking through your lawyers. You're immediately putting out statements, and you have the rape lawyer.
Right.
Right. Like, well, I don't know about that.
You would go Portnoy method of a blast, like a video.
When Dave knew the fucking truth.
Yeah.
There was no gray area. There was no like, oh shit, that did happen. He was like, none of this is true. I never did any of that. Boom. You know? And I don't even know if he got a lawyer ever. Dave did. I know we talked like our counsel here, but did he go get like?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I heard him say the word lawyers once.
When you are,
I have no idea.
Unabashedly innocent. When there's nothing here, and it's kind of fucked up that there's like only one outlet reporting it, and
I know.
Like they never really went to the police, so it's kind of just like I could charge you. I can make up anything. You know.
I know, it's sad.
So that kind of fucking sucks. So maybe you have to do it the right way to make sure you know. Or maybe, you know what it is? I bet there's some other shit that maybe went on with that nephew.
That's
where
probably
it's like,
it.
Maybe I did knock him around a couple times.
That's what I heard.
But I didn't fuck him. I just beat the shit out of him one day because he was being an asshole.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's a wild move to beat your nephew.
But
like, you're supposed to be like everyone's talking about like the dream to become the fun uncle. Ricky's like, I'm gonna become the nightmare uncle.
If he's the asshole, the kid's 21, he's showing up drunk and fucked up, and
if you're spreading these kind of rumors, maybe you deserve an ass beat.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I also, the other flip side, the third side of the coin. He's like, we were dating for 7 months. We broke up 2 months ago. Just like a lot of weird like details that are like, I don't know. That would be super weird if you very specifically made up that you were fucking your cousin, your uncle Ricky Martin for 7 months. That sounds like a real story.
How hot is this kid? That plays in. We got to see a photo of this sexy Latina, because Ricky Martin's a hot guy.
Ricky Martin is sexy.
He's
as
a good-looking gentleman.
Still at this age, I think he's like 50 now. Like,
wow.
You got it. Might have made that up.
No, I would bet he's 50. I mean, he was popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
2020
years ago.
Right?
That's
good.
So
if he was
30
20
years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Yeah. He's probably 60. He might be dead soon. Don't even worry about it. He's facing 50 years. I know that. That's
really?
Puerto Rico says 50 years for incest.
Whoa.
Fuck your family member.
I didn't even know. I get that it's incest, but I don't know if I would have.
Tread lightly here. What are you about to say?
No, if you were like you're fucking your nephew incest, I'm like, I don't know. I thought incest was just like
it's
in
one
your
of those
family.
things like
I guess
like
it is
cousins.
technically, right?
You know, everybody wants to fuck their cousin, right?
We all have a hot cousin.
I'm pretty sure on this podcast at one time I said that way too confidently. I was like, everybody gets a crush on their cousin and thinks about if they weren't their cousin, they would fuck them, right? And it was crickets.
No, I wouldn't have let you have crickets.
Well, maybe them or something. I remember
we titled the podcast, Kevin Wants to Fuck His Cousin.
Whatever. I think I went a little too hard on that one. But
the cousin on the phone.
But nephews... Actually, this is a bad thing, bad thing to say. To answer your question, I saw a picture of him in the Daily Mail. The kid's shredded.
Yeah.
The kid's shredded, and
really?
He was showing his arrows down, and I was like, it looked like a person that Ricky Martin would fuck.
Yeah.
Just happens to be his cousin or his nephew.
The best part about incest, though, is you don't have to meet the parents again. You already got that out of the way. All right, I'll be here all week. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana, by the way. So incest was just like, it's Tuesday. It wasn't that
You're
crazy.
You're from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Born and raised.
I always thought he was a New York guy.
Absolutely. You have, it sounds like it feels like you and Sam Morrill went to the same public school sort of thing.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, not a Jew. I get that all the time.
Right.
The Jewish guy, like the Orthodox guys, like, you Jewish? Where they're doing that thing, and I'm always like, no, and they're like, what?
But to be fair, they do that to me too.
Oh, okay.
I think they just say it to anybody. It's a very weird thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's almost like in The Office with Michael Scott when he's like, "What are you, Oscar?" and he says Mexican. And he's like, "Ooh, is there any other way to say that?" And he's like, "No, I'm just Mexican." And it's like mildly offensive in his mind for some reason.
Good.
The way that they say that to me, they're like, "Are you Jewish?"
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like,
right.
Are you attacking me? Do you want me to be? What's the right answer here?
Yeah.
You're clearly Jewish. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so weird to be anti-Semitic, because it's weird to hate a group you can't always identify. Asian, black, pretty obvious.
We know.
A Jew, it's like, what's your last name?
Right.
I want to know if I hate you.
And even then,
yeah.
Heidelberg, non-Jew.
So
it's like, what the fuck, man? I don't know what
I know.
What's going on
And
here?
that sounds like a parody. Feidelberg over here. You know, it sounds like you're making fun of a Jew.
Literally the reason why he came aboard. I said, you have to use your last name so I can make fun of you and make like Jewish jokes.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, I'll use my last name. Like I won't hide my name, but not Jewish. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, like it was for very much hack purposes to make Jewish jokes, and he's not even Jewish.
I love that. Good for you. I mean, that's why you got to hire a black, right? For the jokes. That's why every late night, Leno and all those guys had the black guitar guy.
Yeah.
You know, they go, right, Kevin? And he'd go, yeah. Like the Roots. I mean, they're all there. We don't want you talking. Just play.
What I feel like, when was the last time you came on my show where we were doing that like deep dive talk, but I don't know if we've done this in a while.
It's been a minute. Good to be back.
I mean, I feel like since you've been on this, your whole fucking life has changed.
Yeah, lots going on. A lot of touring. A lot of big comedy stuff, and then I'm getting married. And,
congrats!
Yeah, he's a lucky guy. And so lots going on. Terrified, nervous.
When do you get married?
November.
Where are you getting married?
New Orleans. Back home.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I just went to a New Orleans wedding like a couple months ago.
Dangerous,
It
I
was
feel
really
awesome.
Yeah,
I
feel like that's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be wild.
I was in the wedding, and we'd gone out the night before. We were all fucked up. Like, I mean, some of us hadn't really been to bed. And I was at the altar, and they were doing full mass. And, like a full long mass.
Yeah.
And I was standing there.
Mass shooting or? Oh, sorry. I hear mass now. That's where my brain goes.
Fucking Norman.
And one of my buddies behind me and I was like starting to do like this, like the wobble.
Yeah.
And someone just goes, "Unlock your knees."
Yeah.
That
shit is real.
I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like that. It changed my whole.
Wow.
Have you ever experienced that?
The wobble?
If you like lock your knees when you're hungover or standing for a long time,
yes.
the blood flow. I mean, that shit. I always had heard that, and that is real.
Yeah.
The real deal.
I turned around and I was like, "You say that?" And they're like, "No."
The Lord.
Big.
Well, the heat and the humidity there doesn't help either. You're hungover.
When was this?
Filmy,
Brutal,
wet,
man.
sticky.
March? When was this wedding? Yeah, March. I think
yeah.
And it was.
Yeah,
but we did like the
springtime,
fucking. I can't think of it.
Second line?
Second line. Yeah,
you
that
gotta do
was
it.
so sick.
What's
It was
that?
Awesome.
That's where a bunch of people get into a parade with tubas and drums and horns, and you all dance down the street.
For the wedding.
For the wedding,
Yeah.
and they
Very
do it for
cool.
a funeral, too.
Yeah.
It's like our
Well, they're
weird-
both one and the same.
Yeah. Your social life is dead. But, yeah, we're doing a bachelor party in Florida.
Yeah, well, that's when you do the wedding in New Orleans. Where is the bachelor party?
Yeah, well,
Florida.
You want you're thinking of Amsterdam and all that, but then you still want your crew to go and
Yeah.
you can't, the schedule.
I think it's tough to. I guess it depends on what stage you're at in life. Asking for like an international bachelor party sometimes is like, bro, that's a lot.
Exactly.
That's tough.
Exactly. So, also, if you go to Amsterdam, it's just like, we get it, you're fucking whores.
Yeah.
So that was too obvious.
Right.
So,
We gotta fuck American whores.
Yes.
They'll never know that in the panhandle of Florida we're fucking prostitutes.
right. So we got a great crew going, and how about this? The first night, we're going to this comedy club, and it's all of us, and we sold out 3 shows, and all the money from that is going to pay for the whole bachelor party.
Very cool.
So we got this crazy beach house.
I was about to say, you fucking losers can't even take one goddamn break from comedy because you're all so obsessed and you need it in your life. But
Well,
that's
this is a
a
money
good
grab.
racket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a money
There's
grab.
Totally a money grab, yeah.
That is, I mean, how many people? You do like a full club? Like
It's a sick lineup, yeah. Full
Yeah.
club seats like DeRosa, Bert Kreischer, who's from there, is
Yeah.
coming. He's like, don't plan anything. I know everyone in the city.
Yeah.
Steakhouse, strip club, you name it, gun range. It's all booked from him. He's the king of Tampa.
Yeah.
The Bert Kreischer planned bachelor party has to be.
That's got to
Yeah.
be like a
That's something
we need
that
to like
Bert
write
could
this
sell.
down.
Bert could sell like
package.
a fucking travel agent.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
like, talk to me. I'll plan the bachelor party.
Like
Yeah.
If this whole comedy thing doesn't work out for him.
You can book the Bert Kreischer gold package, silver package, bronze package.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you
Right.
want to spend? What do you want to do?
Oh, yeah.
Man, yeah. Tampa's that spot that's kind of underrated. Like
It is.
Yeah,
It's
you
got
wanna have
beach.
promiscuous sex and fuck and all that shit. Yeah, here you go.
Exactly.
So it's all the comics.
it's all the comics and it's jet skis and all
Do you have
that.
any non-comic friends coming?
No, just because I'm going to do a different one with them.
Okay,
Like all my New Orleans guys.
That I was gonna say, mixing
Yes.
That's got to be weird. If you bring
work.
the brother-in-law and my 2 friends from elementary school and you give them Joe DeRosa and Bert Kreischer and Joe Litt, I mean, it's hard enough when you mix friend groups anyway.
Yes.
It's got to be real hard when you're all talking about the funniest, best comics in the world.
You ever heard
all roasting everybody.
Exactly. And there's you ever heard that Gaffigan bit where he's like, you ever make 2 friend groups meet and you have to prep them like they don't know, they think I'm British.
Yeah.
It's a great bit. Yeah. But yeah, it's all comics, and then I'll do another one later. But it's gonna be, if one of us doesn't die, it won't have been good. You know? Somebody's gonna die. We're gonna have a cockfight, a petting zoo, midget toss, you name it. It's gonna be wild.
Is the wedding gonna be like a traditional wedding?
No. I went to Catholic
chill.
school and all that. I've been to a million mass weddings, and it's a nightmare. We all hate it. Let's be honest. I'm not religious. She's not religious.
That's why I bring it up, because it's like so many people. I'm wondering, when does the cycle break? I say it mostly with chicks, because I have never heard one girl be excited to go to a shower of any kind. No, they all hate it, but then when it's their turn, they all do it.
I know,
and I think a lot of them have to do it because they're mothers and grandmothers. But I wonder if, will their daughters not do it because they know their mom doesn't really give a fuck? Yeah, I know you got to get your gifts and shit like that, especially when it's a baby shower. It's like, I need all this stuff, and I need my friends to help me out.
Right.
But the rest of it is like, sit here and play games and read fucking puzzle and blah blah blah. At least the guys don't do that kind of stuff. But,
no.
But even with the weddings, it's like, when are we gonna stop with the $1 million invitations, the things that literally get thrown right in the garbage?
I know.
When are we going to stop with the speeches that ruin the fucking... Everyone's partying, and it's like, sit down now for a 4-minute speech.
Yes.
Why? Why does every party have to be the same? Think about it. If you threw a party for an event, for your birthday party, an anniversary or whatever, and then I was like, I'm going to do the same exact thing in the same exact order.
Yeah, but that's what tradition is.
I know, but it's like...
A lot of things are steeped in tradition.
Yeah, but it doesn't need... I don't think it should be.
It's like...
Not a party. A party is like, whatever happens. And this person played music. I guess there's like a band versus a DJ, whatever. There's some things that are different, but... it's like, why does...
Just see what people do.
Identical.
And keep the fun parts.
Yeah.
Throw out the mass, throw out the speeches, throw out the vows, all that shit that nobody likes. So we're just doing band and...
It's just a party.
Bar and a party.
Just come to this place and drink and eat and dance.
Exactly.
Like, do more of that and less of the other shit.
I think it's parents. But you see, we're very fluid gender-wise, with everybody swimming and whatnot, sports. It's all getting like fluid men, women. But when the wedding shit comes out... It's full girl man.
Yeah,
she's like, I don't want a big wedding. It'll be fine. We'll keep it light. And then 2 weeks later, she's like, okay, I need the right flowers. And who's going to do the dancing? And who's going to do the roses and the ring bearer? And I'm like, what happened to a light wedding?
Yeah. And it's like, girls who are the same people who 6 months earlier before they got the ring went to a wedding and was like, God, that was a drag. That one sucked.
Yes, exactly.
And then they planned the exact same one.
I know.
Something happens. I tell them, man, I always said, because when I got engaged, it was like, I live with her now. Like, what's the difference going to be? It's Lord of the Rings, man.
Yes.
The ring has some sort of power over them. And just like, but it is going to be different.
It never is. It's the same shit. And this time we're making it different, goddammit. But I turn into the dude on the sitcom. I'm like, shut up, bitch. I got a beer in my hand. I'm watching the game, my underwear. I don't even like sports, but I'm like, oh, shut up, you whore. So it just happens. You just go the other way. Both go gender roles.
Yeah. I say like the traditional stuff, but like the best wedding I've ever been to was they handed you a glass of champagne as you walk down the aisle to your seat. And I sat down and I basically shoot champagne.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to finish my drink.
Oh,
before
wow.
the wedding. They're like, all right, that's it. We're like, oh.
Wow.
That's it's done?
And then people tell stories about how awesome it was on a podcast later.
Right.
Like that's the way to do it, where it's like you're remembered for how considerate you were of everybody else's time and shit like that.
Exactly. So how was the Kanye Kim wedding? It was that quick, in and out.
No, you actually see that proves you were wrong about the gender separation, because Kanye, one of my favorite Kanye stories of all time was that he came down. I'm sure I'm misquoting parts here, but he came down he was already in his wedding tux. Kim was getting her dress on, whatever, and he saw the bar. And it was just a white standard bar. Mm-hmm. And he got a hacksaw. He cut the bar in half.
Oh boy!
Got 2 2x4s, and then he bent the bar kind of like this, to be honest. And then he got 2 2x4s and nailed them both to the front of the bar. and walked away yelling, "If anyone's done something as culturally relevant as Yeezy this year, they can fix it."
What the fuck? I would have divorced that guy immediately. What the hell does that mean? I don't even get it.
That's Kanye, man. Kanye can say whatever he wants.
No, it was the year Yeezy the album came out. So he was afraid
he was like, I'm the best.
Himself.
But what a joy to get to a level where you can say and do whatever you want.
I
People
guess.
are like, that's amazing. Could you imagine if you got to a point where like your comedy just fucking kind of sucks now, and people just go like, "Nah, man, you don't get it, dude. It's over your head, man."
Yeah,
it's
well,
so
that's
different.
creeping into comedy. I won't name names,
Yeah.
but like all this goat shit, and you're like, hey, go funny, go be funny.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be the best. Like that is taking away from you being the best.
Yeah,
just go prove it.
If all you're talking about is your comedy,
Yeah.
your comedy's not actually that good.
Yeah, like with sports is great because you go, I'm the best. Well, you just missed that shot, so
Yeah,
maybe you're not the best.
There's a definitive measure.
Yes,
yeah,
with stand-up, it's this subjective horse shit where like and dumb people buy it. They go, maybe he is.
yeah.
I guess he is the
Well,
goat.
that
All
I
right.
mean, I learned like if I could do it all over again, I always said I would be a little less self-deprecating. Like not all the
really?
way because I think that's funny and that's who I am, but I think there was a lot of times where we were like, I don't know, this show kind of fucking like sucks. We just like shoot the shit, and I think the audience likes it and knows that but I don't know, it's probably a handful of listeners along the way, every stop that were like, all right, maybe this show sucks, and. You know, it's like the corny kind of like, if you don't believe in yourself, who is? But sometimes I wish I was a little like, this is fucking great. The show's great. I'm funny, but that's not funny.
Yeah.
What is funny is to be like, we suck.
But you're right. That does work. Dumb people.
Yeah.
It's like you play a bad song on the radio, like "Sweet Dreams."
Yeah,
I hate that fucking song, but it's on every 8 minutes.
And then you like
you go,
it.
oh, maybe I
Or
do
you
like
at least, at the very least, when it comes on and everyone else is dancing to it, you join in.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know about it and you talk about it. So even if the podcast isn't great, but people know about, if you just say it over and over again.
I know, like "Got Milk." When that came out,
they're still going.
It still went. Milk went through the roof. Like it was already obviously Milk was doing
Milk
well, but it was like
sales
went from
went
here
well,
to here,
Oh.
and so you're like, oh shit, it's true. Like
Yeah.
publicity works.
Well, even this, I mean, they have been yelling at us for a decade. Yeah, say, rate, review, give us 5 stars, leave a review.
Yeah.
And I like dread saying it, and I'm like, this doesn't even work. I've never gone and done that after I've heard it.
Yeah.
But other people do.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
fucking people do.
It does work. I mean, we all know guys who got canceled, and now they're doing better.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Why don't you just get out here and drop a slur right now? Drop an N-bomb. We will cancel you, and you'll be at the top of the charts tomorrow.
Yeah, and also give us a chance to win some points. We'll condemn you right away.
Yeah, we'll say.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
You guys can denounce me, and then
Yes.
you're heroes.
Yes.
And everybody wins.
I'll say this stupid Jew, Mark Norman. But do you feel like the comedy kind of has there's a lot more of that with like social media and shit? What you were talking about, like the competition and comparing and.
Well, Schultz has the theory that like he's like no, everybody's scared and everybody's PC now and cancel shit. So he's like, this is great for us because we get to be the dangerous ones.
Yeah, the renegade
people,
type shit.
Yeah, people have to like buy your special just so they can hear crazy shit again. So there's some truth to that, but it's like what scares me is like the Ricky Martin shit. Like somebody can just say something.
It. That is fucked.
That scares me. And what I hate is the comedians calling people out. Like, he said this word, fuck him. And you're like, you're a comic, though. He's a you know what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's trying to get a laugh. You don't actually think he's in the Klan.
Right.
It's a joke.
Right.
You know?
The Ricky Martin shit is fucked.
That's fucked.
There's just one newspaper in Puerto Rico, and I don't think it's like the big one.
Right.
It's like a little local spot but then TMZ says it's going to get some clicks.
Exactly. It's
you
like Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, whatever you think. He's like, hey, they got mad at me for whatever I said about being a Republican, so watch the allegations fly. And then like 2 days later, it was like, he Me Too'd me on an airplane. And you're like,
there it
this
is.
fucked up. And why aren't the women mad at this? This is like diluting real allegations, like real shit. So like
real shit, like his father getting his stepdaughter pregnant.
Is that right?
Twice.
Yeah.
Whoa. 2 times.
These
Elon
African Americans, I'll tell you, it's out of control. God damn. But yeah, so
E-Roll said he's put on this planet to procreate. That's like his mission. And I guess he will stop at no lengths.
I think Nick Cannon subscribes to that as well. But yeah, did you see the Bill Burr special?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's fucking incredible,
Is it good?
and he goes hard. And I was like fist pumping while watching, like it's so good.
Right.
But it felt like real comedy, and he's getting a lot of backlash, but I didn't even notice. And that's where we got to go. It's just got to be like, let them bitch. They'll wear themselves out. It's like a dog with a chew
toy. Let the baby cry out. Yeah.
Right. So I think we used to focus on it and write articles, and it made like the fact that comedians are in the news is fucking bananas.
Crazy.
Like that's a bad sign for society. We got real problems. Like Flint they're drinking cups of piss, and we're like, Ricky Gervais. Like, the funny guy who made a joke. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Is it CNN? What are we doing here?
Yeah. I've seen it for like 3 days. I mean, Rogan's obviously one of those people who know it gets clicks. But like for like 3 days, it's like Rogan and Segura joked about murdering all the homeless people.
I know. It's like who's buying this?
Yeah.
Who's like they're going to go out there? There's actually real shootings. He made a joke about shooting them, and we're focusing on that.
Right. That is crazy.
It's like Bill Burr was
talking about the fake shootings and not the real shootings.
Bill Burr was on a morning show once, and they go, "Don't you? I went and saw your show last night, and I got to say, don't you think the Catholic Church pedophile jokes are a little far?" And he goes, "Don't you think the priest went a little far?"
Yeah.
That sums it all
The
up.
Catholic Church pedophiles are too far.
Not the guy joking about it.
That's one of my favorite. I feel like you've done that a couple times when you go on those local news morning shows.
You gotta go nuts.
Did you say you were molested by your uncle, or was that Morel?
That was Morel.
Yeah.
I queefed. I said I queefed a lot or something,
and poor
some nice
Sandra
lady.
who's just trying to make it to the weather girl.
Yes,
I need to fill 90 more seconds of air.
Right.
And this guy's talking about queefing on me.
Won't stop queefing.
It just can't work. I mean, they want you to. They're like, be funny. It's like 8 a.m. You're hungover. You don't want to be there. This is gonna sell one ticket.
Right.
I don't even know why you guys do it.
I don't either. It's the oldest
Are you
archaic
obligated?
method. Yeah, it's in the contract. Otherwise, we wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
But it's the third one that day, and they're like, be funny. You're on after the animal tricks guy. You're like, all right, great. And then you try to be funny, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Cut it. Hey, you can't say so. And you're like, you said be funny.
Right.
This is what I do. And they're like, not that kind of funny. So you're like, this doesn't make sense. It's like having a porn star on and being like, do your thing. And
don't talk about sex.
Yeah. Like, whoa, turn the cameras off. So it doesn't work. But you just got to go balls out because fuck them anyway. It's not going to get seen.
The only way it's going to get seen is when I put it on my Instagram.
Exactly.
It's funny that I'm fucking with you.
And that'll sell more tickets, ironically.
Mark's a pussy who won't punch girls in the face during sex. Even when they ask and they give consent, he just says no. What an F word.
No, I think you're right. I think a punch in the face. We have a line. I've been punched in the face, but that was
abuse. But that was domestic violence.
No. This is a different time.
Really?
I couldn't hear out of my left ear for a while.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. I couldn't
hear my left ear out of my left ear for like a week.
Damn, who'd you fuck? Cyborg? Jesus Christ.
You get boxed in the ear by anybody.
It wasn't even a punch. It was like
that's bad.
God.
Damn, that's an anti-Semite, that lady. That's horrible, Fidel. Jesus.
Anytime they've reciprocated that type of stuff, I'm like, I don't know why girls like this at all.
I don't
got
either.
hurt, and I'm feeling like I want to punch you back.
Yes.
Totally took me out of the moment, to be honest.
I started putting my clothes on, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Taping up,
Maybe that's how
uppercut.
That's how fisting started. The guy was like, all right, and he slipped. He's like, whoa! And he went right up the old gash.
Yeah, that was part of that was part of that fully loaded conversation. It was like 8 people on the mic being like, I punch chicks, I don't punch chicks.
Yeah.
You're a pussy for not doing it. You're a weirdo for doing it. And the porn star was like, who cares? It was wild.
She was like, you must not respect women. You won't punch a woman. Like, what the fuck is happening here? I'm on a bus. I'm drunk.
Gillis, how about this? Gillis said, because they were talking about punching and I think it's more like slapping usually, but I guess one girl was asking for a punch, hit in the face, let's say. And one of the kind of the consensus was like, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you're looking to do kinky things, okay. First date, one night stand, some girl says, hit me in the face. You're a little like, whoa.
Yeah, that's how TMZ gets you.
Right.
They pick you up at a bar and ask you to punch in the face.
But I think Gillis then said, like, that would be like if you went on a date with a guy on the first night and he said, peg me. And so the Carter Cruz goes, so you think that having, getting fucked in the butt is the same thing as getting punched in the face? And then, but at one point Shane was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's fucking weird, okay?
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It was bad. We had her pegged all wrong. But, it was awkward. But it was a fun trip. And
is that still going or?
Well, we're gonna go
make the rain out.
We're gonna make that up.
Yeah.
That one date. Then I think there's some other ones that we're doing Red Rocks.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing Brandon, Mississippi again, and then Red Rocks right after, and that's gonna be fucking bananas.
Was it? Did you get? I think when we talked to Burr in Nashville, he was talking about how like you guys were gonna have masseuses and stuff like that. He take care of you?
Oh my God, he just knows how to throw a party. Like first you wake up. You wake up on a bus, by the way, in a cot, and it's Joey Diaz down below, like sleeping like cocksucker. He's like shaking and twitching. Who knows what he's dreaming about? Some Uzi fight he was in, and he's probably having flashbacks of when he was in a trunk at some point. But Shane was right below me, and then there's a couple other guys and Bert and whatever. And
are the girls in there with you? No,
they have their own bus.
I was gonna say that. That's not allowed.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so then I woke up one morning, and you're like, you're hungover, you jump out of the bunk, and I looked outside, and there's a giant inflatable water slide, like the size of like 2 stories.
Hell yeah!
And you're like, all right, there's
Here we
the
go.
morning.
Yeah,
and some guy spraying
I know what we're doing today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then there was a dunking booth, and we would sit in the booth and make fun of if you could roast everybody, and they kept missing. So you get a bunch of real zings in. Like, Burr, you've never met your kids. You're fat as shit. Shane, you do Trump. That's all you got. How was SNL this season? It was pretty good, And then they're like, fuck, and they can't hit the circle, the paddle. And you're like, this is great, Big J, nice streak in your hair. You queef. Well, how about you get some sleeves on your shirt? What is it, a chain wallet? What is this, 1998 at a Dishwalla concert, And finally they get you and you go under. But it was fun.
What are they saying about you?
Oh,
comedy.
Hey.
All good things. All good things.
Right, yeah. You fucked your cousin, your nephew.
Bert, you've never met your kids.
You can't punch a woman. Yada, yada.
Unreal, man. So what do you got coming up?
Oh, boy.
Besides that.
I'm all over the road. MarkNormanComedy.com. A lot of dates. I'm out every weekend doing some theaters. Coming up, so check the website. We Might Be Drunk podcast, Tuesdays with Stories podcast, and I have my own Patreon podcast, so I'm a busy dude.
Solo dolo on that one?
Solo dolo. And you talk about hard to talk. Mm-hmm. You're like 12 minutes in, like, I'm out.
I remember that. That
brutal.
was feelings. At this point, I can just fill the air because that's what I do, but I remember early on being like, okay, how much was that? And they were like 7 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay, I need to come up with about 10 times that amount, but we'll figure it out.
You get why they take calls and advice and all that, because it is hard to fill dead air.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate it as always.
Hey, that flew by.
Mark
Thanks.
Norman.
I'm going to go eat some more Gushers.
This man had 4 bags of Gushers and 2 Airheads.
Woo!
In
3 bags and 3.
3 and 3 in a matter of 60 seconds.
Holy
Shoving
hell.
Airhead. His jaw was like unhinged.
My jaw still hurts from it. My jaw
Jesus, man. What are you, training for the cunnilingus contest? That's insane.
No, I got a big nose. I don't need to.
He said he uses his nose. A couple girls on the podcast here said they heard that guys with a big nose kind of
I do that.
get better.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Why not? It's an
Intentionally?
appendage. Yeah, of course. You're already there.
Yeah.
Use everything you got.
That's what I said, dude.
Well, I feel like I probably unintentionally it happens,
Yeah.
But I'm never like, but I mean, if it works,
Yeah.
I was kind of asking around about that, and one girl said like, well, like if I'm riding your face, am I using it? Yeah, and I was like, whoa,
Good point.
whoa. So you're like, like, all right, let me fit that in right there.
Yeah,
okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? A lot of ladies tell me, and maybe you could weigh in there, sister, is the tongue directly in the hole.
We were talking about that just the other night.
Oh,
Yeah, we were.
really?
What were the girls saying to you?
They say that's the hottest thing ever.
In the pussy hole
Yes.
or the asshole? Okay. In the hole.
In the
Because that's
hole.
where I was saying that's when the nose would come into play.
Right.
Because if your tongue's on the clit, then the nose is too high.
Uh-huh.
But if your tongue is in the hole, then the nose is right for the button.
Yes.
But I thought it was weird to put the tongue in the hole, but I guess these chicks are saying otherwise.
I've heard it's good. I think it's just the idea of like your tongue is in me. It's
Yeah.
in my body.
But also you got to do that thing with your tongue when you do that. You got to like
Yeah, it's a
you
little
gotta harden it up. You got to
Yes.
gotta give
Yes,
your
I
tongue
jerk
an
it off.
erection. Yeah, you got to fluff it a little bit.
I go helicopter my tongue in the bathroom. real
Flex
quick.
your hole.
Right. You spit a loogie, that's when you jizz.
On that note,
Thank you guys. Comedy.
make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.